Alright, so here's a quick insight into what this awakening no self thing I'm always talking about actually is. And you can use this if you feel like you're lost in thoughts, if you feel like you're being carried away and led into a kind of conceptual and enclosed space up in the mind. If it's confusing or you're pondering about this or that, or there's conflict in the mind. So you can use this to just simplify things. So do it with me. So bring your attention now into presently. What is in your experience right now? What's immediately in front of you? So move your attention to just what's here right now in your experience. That's it. That's the whole thing. Notice that there will be a pull back up into a space of thought, a movement back from immediacy, from the immediate present experience of the senses, into a thought space, into a personal thought space that is maybe narrating experience, or talking about experience, or trying to maybe figure out what I'm talking about. We notice that, and then again we just bring your attention straight back to just what's in front of you immediately. That little period there when, before I maybe start labeling what's in front of me, or thinking about, you know, I've got a steering wheel, I've got a window with rain on it, that little period there where you're wide awake, you're present, you're self-aware, and you're just aware of what's here right now, not what's somewhere else, or what could be here, or where I was before, or, you know, a conceptual narrative about what this means, or what I'm doing here, of is this awakening, is this not? Just simply what's here. Sound, what's seen, the sensation. And again, watch for the bounce back into mind when the thoughts start up. When we start to relate to our experience from a position of me the thinker, me the experiencer. So what I'm saying is that doesn't have to be there in the way it's felt to be real. You notice how automatic it is? Notice how it happens even though our intention is to remain with the immediate experience. So the thoughts we'll be talking about, framed in subjectivity. The thoughts are only relevant because they relate back to me, the individual here. And they'll be framed in, they'll be talking about something conceptual, something that's not actually here. Something in past or future. And there's a tension in it, there's an urgency in it. There's a resistance to what is built into it. Again, we'll just bring our attention back to immediately what's here. And that's it. That's the whole thing. through inquiry, it becomes clear that that bounce back into mind, that felt reality from this, living life from this subjective position, as something felt to be separate from the totality of experience, it becomes clear that that wasn't actually there in the way that we felt to be real, and never was. So the worry might be I might lose functionality, I might not be able to, I might dissociate, I might not be able to function. But what I'm saying is that the individual, the felt sense of me that is worrying about that, was never there in the way that we felt it to be, in a real way. Throughout all the times we functioned well in life, it was never actually there. And when that becomes clear, what falls away is something that was never there. Or we see, it doesn't even fall away, because we just simply see that it was never there. And life continues, but it continues with a deep and intimate felt sense of connection to everything, in immediacy and presence. It's not even connection to everything, it's a oneness, a felt and visceral, beautiful experience of being at one with the totality of experience, the totality of what we once knew as the external world, what we once knew as reality. So this is nothing complicated, this is no different experience. Things aren't going to change drastically in the way that the mind will project to that. It's nothing like the mind can make it, can imagine it to be as a concept or a belief. This isn't a concept or belief. This is just your experience, immediately, right now, as it already is, without the need for it to be different. But that doesn't mean that change doesn't happen. That doesn't mean that action and intention don't arise. They just don't need to arise with the felt reality of an illusory character in the centre. And in my experience, it's a much more beautiful and effortless and free way to live your life.